Kieran McGurk, is from Cregan, Tyrone. From a literary point of view, because he drifts between poetry and prose, Kieran considers himself to be a bit of a stray dog. Then along came flash fiction Armagh and the theme of stray sod. So if you put a stray dog and stray sod into a search engine, you end up in a bar in Cavan with no lift home and very little traffic on the road. These are the sort of connections which make you wonder if he's creative or crazy. I think I know the answer to that. Mad or just mad to get telling stories. Tonight he is reading Cnoc na Mboe. I think I did that one right, didn't I?
Díadíh, a bígus sin ar líis, le bidé agus réman, leis an cos le caród do ma scéal a láb. Is ionteach an rudé a bheith an inneacht le scéala eile an éit ho spéisiúil. Tá sí ho mai ceanna ma scéal ar an slaat go léir. So, thanks, Biddy and Raymond, for inviting me to read here this evening. It's great to be along with fellow storytellers in an interesting place. And it's an equal pleasure to share my story with you all. So here it goes with Cnoc na Mboe. The term first quarter moon is confusing. We see a half moon in the sky then. One side pale white, the other dark. It's the first quarter of its 29.53 day cycle, so it gets called the first quarter. We never see the far side of the moon, the unseen side. It's wrong to call it the dark side of the moon, because it gets the same amount of sunlight as the side we do see. We never see the full of the moon, just the side visible from Earth. We call it a full moon because it is fully circular. We never actually see the side facing away from us, apart from in satellite pictures. That gets me to the giant stone of Cnoc na Mboe. People only see the side that's visible from the road. They don't see all around it like I do. They wouldn't know that the unseen side weeps at times. When the tears dry off, there's left behind a crusty deposit. Scalps, we call it. A cure-all for animals low in minerals. Neighbouring farmers used to gather it up, crush it in a bucket and feed it to cattle and sheep. Nowadays they buy a salt lick from the farm shop. Legend has it is that it's a fertility stone. You have to be game enough to climb it, unaided, and in your bare pelt. So the story says, and I should know. It's on my land, and I know it intimately. I know it well enough to see how it changes. I notice the eccentric roundels of lichen, which get bigger and smaller, tufts of moss which grow and fall off, and the flimsy bellflower earrings in its fissures which decorate then die. I don't let anyone climb it anymore, not because I don't want people to be fertile, and not because the nakedness would offend me, but if anyone were to get hurt in their endeavours, I wouldn't want them claiming off me for damage to a boob or a ball. It's a good enough reason in this litigious age, isn't it? But believe me, I have a much better one. I buy the Old Moor's Almanac every November. My father did the same, and I have a stack of them in the dresser dating back to 1927. It was first published in 1764 by Theophilus Moore, a scholar of renown, and it began life as the Irish Merlin. They really should have kept that title, I think. I buy it for the moon phases. The information is on the internet, but I like having my archive up to date. This year, the first quarter closest to my birthday is on the 1st of February. That's the night I climb Cnoc every year. The only way to do it is to embrace it. A bear hug, if you like. No one's arms would be long enough to go fully around it, but mine can go quite a ways. You press in with both knees and shimmy up the first 5 feet. Then the obelisk becomes narrow enough to interlock your fingers and press in with the soles of your feet. You have to do it inch by inch. From the bottom, the top of Cnoc looks jagged, but when you're up there, you see that those points are at the edge, a crown, within which is a smooth, dished centre. It's funny, but it never holds rainwater. Maybe that's where the weeping at the back comes from. Water draining down through tiny cracks, drawing out mineral deposits. Stranger than that, though, is that inside the dish is warm, even in February. Warm as toast. Warm enough to curl up in. Warm as a womb. I curl up, fetal, waiting to become lost, waiting to be stilled. Pre-birth, prehistoric, encased. I feel it on my shins at first, travelling, on my clavicles, crystals of scalps joining together in whispering crackles, on my neck, on my face, chest, groin, everywhere. Then the softening, the moistness, the sensation of another pulse, another heartbeat, not my own. Thank you.